What's up, comic book fans? Pete here from Comic Books Transformed, where me and my good friend Brian over there discuss comic books that have been adapted into movies and streaming shows. We keep reviewing things that are on Amazon or made by Amazon. It seems to be our bread and butter these days, but they seem to be making quality comic book shows. And even a He-Man movie that we just covered. Go check out that video too on our channel. But Spider-Man. Right now, it's exciting to be a Spider-Man fan because we have this show on Amazon Prime, and then we also have this Spider-Man Brand New Day, which they just dropped a new trailer for a couple of days ago. Brian, I just wanted to get your thoughts on the newest Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer before we jump into a review of episodes 3 and 4 of Spider-Noir.
Okay, yeah, I thought it was a great trailer. I don't really have much of a clue what's going on, and other than I'm pretty sure that he's turning into some man-spidery kind of thing. Maybe it's just the other, where he's just going to have more spidery powers. I don't know, because he looks like he's getting organic webs, and that's the only thing. I don't know if they'll go so far as to give him extra arms or anything like that, but I think that's kind of the angle they're taking there.
Yeah.
There was some discussion from the last trailer about who Keith David was playing. A lot of people suggested he's playing Miles Warren the Jackal. That could also kind of play into that in a way, but I'm not sure. The only thing I'm sure of is that he is going through some kind of transformation, which leads to me to think either Man Spider or the other storyline they're pulling from. The inclusion of Hulk sort of like bothers me. And the only way I could rationalize, like, I feel like it should be Kirk Connors there, I don't know if there's a legal reason why they can't use it, or maybe they don't want to use it because it was already used in the Amazing Spider-Man 15 years ago. But I feel like that's the character that should be there. And the only thing I can think of that would make this worthwhile is if the Hulk remembers that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Because
they allude to that in the trailer where he says to Peter, he's like, "You're not from my class, are you?" And he's kind of like catching on to Peter. I don't know. It's weird because there's so many different components to this, and to me, it seems like, this is not going to be a movie that you connect with emotionally because there's just gonna be so much stuff going on. I mean, if you look at all the different factors, you're like, okay, wait a minute. So the Punisher's in it. He fights the Hand. He's mutating. The Hulk is in it. There's some kind of thing going on where like people just sort of freeze or they're under control of this like being or something. There's like so much going on. I think that the one thing that stands out in this trailer is the fact that like Peter's immune to whatever is like controlling all the people around New York City or like in these pockets of New York. And I know that people have thought that Sadie Sink was like Jean Grey or even Madeline Pryor, but I feel like this newest trailer makes that seem like that's not the case.
Well, I mean, we have to also take into consideration that they don't show Sadie Sink in this new trailer whatsoever.
Right.
And there's not like a super clear view of who the actual villain is.
Right.
I also want to know who the guy from Severance is playing. What's his name?
Which guy?
Milchek?
Milchek. I'm trying to remember. Like
he's like the first season. He's like the assistant in the place, and then he takes over the place because the older lady gets fired. I can't remember.
Oh my God! You're saying Severance? I'm thinking you're talking about Succession. That guy's in the movie too.
Yeah. There's a shot of him sitting behind a desk saying something to someone, probably Peter. I don't remember, but I don't know who that is. But I do hear what you're saying is that there seems to be too much crammed into it, which kind of like screams Amazing Spider-Man 2, where wasn't necessarily a bad movie, but it was an overstuffed movie for sure.
Right, or like Spider-Man 3, where it's like there's too much stuff going on, you know, to where nothing really has this like lasting impact. There are certainly things that stand out, but it's just too much, you know. And you think like, well, they've learned their lesson after doing these movies, but apparently not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're at this point they're used to just cramming in these other characters there, and part of me likes that. I like the fact that all these characters are supposed to be in New York. It's crazy that you don't see them, But at
Yeah,
the same time, it's like, uh, can you give Spider-Man like an actual solo movie?
right. And going back to your point that you made about like, well, you'd rather it be Kirk Connors that's in that role. I think that honestly, so much of the stuff that Disney does is like reactionary, where they're kind of like seeing how fans are like what fans are talking about, what's bothering fans, and I think that that Hulk that we've seen since Endgame and the Hulk that was in She-Hulk, I think that he doesn't sit right with the fans, and so they want to shoehorn a Savage Hulk into a movie. So like, oh, let's put him in the Spider-Man movie, you know?
Yeah, and I know there's all. I mean, there's all the legality around both those characters in terms of movies. Sony has the rights to Spider-Man, and then they kind of like have some kind of working relationship, working deal with Marvel to allow these movies. And there's always certain characters that are off limits. Like we won't be able to see Wilson Fisk in a Spider-Man movie, which I don't quite understand why. Why would you
Right.
have Matt Murdock but not Kingpin? I don't know. But and then there's also all the stuff around Hulk. I mean, Hulk, the movie rights to Hulk is still owned by Universal, so they can't make a Hulk movie. They can only put him in other movies. So
Right.
maybe just like how Fox tried to hold on to the Fantastic Four rights by putting out Fan Four Stick, maybe they have to shoehorn Hulk in every so often to keep being able to use him. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I have no idea what the fuck this movie is like. The overall thing is going to be about. We'll see. I mean, it comes out what, the end of July, right?
Yeah, July 31st. Yeah, I mean, I'm still excited about it. This trailer gave me some kind of feeling about it. Like it made me more excited than I had been from seeing the previous one. So
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think I said this before, and you know, this is it's gonna seem like I'm a racist white guy and stuff like that. It's not the fact that MJ is played by an actress who's like at least part African American. I just don't like the MJ version in these Tom Holland movies. You know, like Zendaya could play her, but it's just this sort of like this cynical MJ that like I don't feel like that character really brings anything to those movies. You know?
I hope you can hear myself video.
Uh oh, he's freezing again. One thing we got to point out, guys, is that Brian, his internet connection is kind of weak this week for some reason, so we might have little freezes like this. Can you hear me, man?
But I don't see any video.
Okay,
oh, we're back. We're back.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
were you? Go ahead.
I agree with your kind of statement there. It's a very different version of MJ. I really do think that they intended it for it to be a different character initially, and then maybe from fan pressure or I don't know what, maybe just the surging popularity of Zendaya as an actress from her other work. Maybe they kind of shoehorned her into a larger role with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, this has nothing to do with Spider-Man Noir. I do have a way to segue it all back to Spider-Noir. But, like, it seems like Marvel Comics, they're really trying to, like, beef up the Mary Jane character in the comics. Like, she's Venom right now in the comics. And I remember just reading an Ultimate Spider-Man issue where it was, like, just about Mary Jane and her family, her mother and her aunts and her sister at Christmas time. And I was like, oh, Mary Jane's an interesting character. But just I'm not excited to see MJ in these movies, these Tom Holland movies, and she seems to be a big focus of this next one.
I mean, they certainly show her a lot more in this trailer than the previous one, for sure. I don't know how much of a focus it will be, but I imagine by the end of this, they're going to remember who he is or make that connection again that they had previously, because they're married in real life, so
Right, got that actual chemistry.
They're a package deal.
Right. Just like you and me. So anyway, 10 minutes in, I have waited. What's that?
Where's our movie deals then?
Oh yeah, exactly, right. So 10 minutes in, and I can segue this back into Spider-Noir. I think, we're talking about like, oh, wouldn't it be great to have like a Spider-Man focused story where there's not all these moving parts? And we didn't say this, but we've talked about this before, like a sort of street level Spider-Man. And that's what this show is. This is like street level Spider-Man to a T.
Yeah,
100%. So we're talking about episodes 3 and 4. And really it just feels like they just are adapting a Spider-Man noir street level story that could be like one graphic novel, and I'm just eating it up. What about you?
Yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it. I had this thought yesterday watching it, that I think I would enjoy this even if it wasn't Spider-Man. Because a lot of times you kind of forget because there's not all that much Spider-Man in it. And I know we have some other related characters, Cat Hardy's Black Cat, and we have Sandman, we have Tombstone. I guess that was Electro in episode 4 there today. Silvermane, who's not as well known to the general public, I'd say. So I would buy this as just like a detective show, and I would watch it. And it's so weird to me that Nick Cage just chews the scenery in every scene. But I love it.
Yes.
I don't know why he gets such a pass. But every time he goes just like a little bit too far, I'm like, yes.
Yeah. No, he's great because like there's actual personality to his character. Like there's a distinction with his character. I said this in our first review that he makes like a lot of self-deprecating jokes. Like he's really down on himself.
Yeah.
And yet he's also like very clever, and he just like will adopt a persona immediately. Like at the drop of a hat too.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the scene where he was going to the hospital to interview the cops that were injured, and all the hamming up he does there.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Just from one cop to that. Yeah, see, like he does that kind of gangster voice at one point.
100% does that. Yeah, see sound.
Yeah. No, it's great, and the thing is that even his supporting cast is good. A lot of times with these sort of like streaming shows that are based on comics, the supporting cast can be kind of cheesy or like they don't matter. But I really love his secretary. I love the way they use Robbie Robertson in this.
Yeah, I especially love the scene where they're trying to get Tombstone to talk, and secretary, is her name Patty?
Sure.
I'm usually the one that remembers the names. But she just starts playing cards. I just thought that was such a like personal touch move there that was so good and simple. But I think I even love the little kid that he uses as a stand-in to stand in the window. I fucking love that.
Yeah. It's just a really great show overall. I mean, I personally love how they weave in the villains, but they're essentially just gangsters. They're like Batman villains, but like old school Batman villains where they're just gangsters, like almost like Dick Tracy villains.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Yeah, they don't have the kind of more stylistic comic booky appearances, and then they are just like muscle that had something bad happen to them, essentially.
Yeah. And in these episodes, in episodes 3 and 4, we sort of get this allusion to what has caused their powers, because it's not like every villain has their own individual origin. It's all stemming from the same incident, which it turns out that like Lonnie Lincoln, who's Tombstone, and Flint Marko, who's Sandman, and I guess Electro, which what the hell is Electro's real name in the comics?
Max Dillon.
Max Dillon. I'm guessing that's Max Dillon.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was a real throwaway kind of appearance. We're not going to see him again, I don't think.
No, but I love that fucking battle between Spider-Man and
great. Electro. Yeah, no, it was fantastic. And that guy also super hamming it up. But it was great.
Oh, yeah, they're just like in the middle of the fucking street. He's like, "Yeah, Spider-Man, you suck."
Spider-Man's here. Let's get to a battle.
Right. You're a little weak at the knees, and then like he just like takes away his power source, and then I think he just hits him in the face with a fucking like stop sign or something at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I fucking love it. I mean, I was saying something about their origins, but I also want to point out in that scene that like the mayor to kind of save face comes over and he's like taking pictures with Spider-Man. He's like, "Oh, the spider's back," and I love Nicolas Cage in that suit. It's probably not even Nicolas Cage, but he keeps like being like, "No, I'm not back.
No,
No,
not
no,
me. No, this isn't real.
yeah. I fucking love that shit.
Like walk or swing away. Don't just keep standing there if you.
Right. Yeah. It's so funny. But what I was saying was that the villains, or I mean, we're saying they're villains, just basically they're villains from the comics, but they were all prisoners of war. I guess during World War One. I can't remember what country they were prisoners in. Do you remember?
They said, didn't they say Frankfurt? So I'm assuming Germany.
Okay. Oh, well, okay, that makes sense, right? World War One. But I don't know what like the source of their powers are going to be. What do you think it might be?
I don't know. There was some little quick flash of a scene. I think it was related to the spider rather than these characters, but they were injected with something. So I imagine it's going to be some kind of experiment where they were injected with some kind of substance, and then it manifests as these weird powers for all of them.
Yeah.
They made some interesting points there. How that once it turns on, it doesn't kind of shut off. So I'm
Right.
curious to see how this angle plays into the overall story here. Really, we've been focused on this kind of mystery around who was trying to kill Silvermane. And we kind of do find out that it was Cat Hardy that put the hit out on Silvermane for kind of controlling her life and her wanting to be free. But I don't know where the story's going now. You know, there's
Yeah.
you clearly see that Silvermane is running the city there. He has the police commissioner in his back pocket. He got the mayor where he is, and there's that little kind of battle between them there now. But I ultimately don't know what else they're going to do in this the next 4 episodes of this show.
Yeah. I'm on the same page as you. I don't really know where they're going to go unless there's some sort of allusion to like where their powers come from. I don't think we're going to get like a Green Goblin in this world.
No.
I don't think, yeah. But I mean, there is the potential for the Sinister Six, like, because we have at least 3 bad guys. I don't know, though. I mean, in the Ultimate comics, I mean, you know this, but maybe our viewers don't, but like, they kind of all always tie it back to Captain America and the Super Soldier Serum. Like, so many things are a variation of that. Like, I think even Spider-Man himself is a variation of that in the Ultimate Universe, the original Ultimate Universe. So that's probably where these villains got their powers from in the show. It's like something like that.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. I mean, it's funny because like they had that one actor who I guess he's around our age, but he just like kind of looks a lot older, and he was in Mars Attacks. Essentially, Ben Reilly, Nicolas Cage sets him up to take a fall in the
Winston, yeah.
And so that sort of seems to tie up loose ends. So it is like what you're saying of like, well, where do they go from here? You know?
Yeah. They're not like Silvermane is. I mean, it's weird that Ben Reilly is working so closely with Silvermane. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
And I just don't know. And like I know that Flint knows that Cat is the one that was actually the mole, and maybe that could come out somehow. But I don't know how that ends up being another 4 episodes, I guess. You know, the big cliffhanger at the end of the 4th episode was that Cat figures out that Ben is the spider, and you know, we almost have a Gwen Stacy moment. But the webbing worked this time.
I absolutely love that sequence where she just falls backwards out of the window to see if he'll catch, kind of like a Lois Lane in like Superman 2. And he's able to web her, and like she comes up and you see the smile on her face when she gets webbed. I love that part. Oh, is he frozen again? Oh, Brian. Oh, let's see if he's there. He's going to come back, guys. You'll see. It only lasts like 30 seconds of me just rambling. What about now?
No, I don't see anything.
I hear.
Okay, I hear and see everything. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, what else? Because you watched these last two episodes a lot more recently than I did. Is there anything else you feel like talking about with the show?
I guess not. I mean, it's funny that we talked half of this time about the brand new day trailer and only 10 minutes about two episodes of the show that we both like a lot. But I don't know what else there is to say, really.
Yeah, because there's not like a whole bunch of individual separate plot beats that you need to talk about. It's sort of like just like very small story progressions. It's just that the world itself looks great, the acting is great, the characters are great. So it's like it's enjoyable, but not necessarily a lot is happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. Well, I guess we'll just continue to review this until Supergirl comes out, right?
Yeah, that's next week.
Oh shit! Wow, Jesus Christ, this month flew by. Holy shit. Okay. Well then, yeah. I guess that's it, guys. You can go check out our Masters of the Universe review, which just dropped yesterday on this channel. Make sure that you subscribe to Comic Books Transform. We could definitely use some more subscribers. Tell us what you think about this show and what you think about the brand new day trailer. And we'll give you some of our organic webbing next time.